Natalie, the modern hippie mama, and today's video is about sage. Go sage yourself. One of my clients got me the shirt and I love it. I also love it because my last name is Sager, and many people pronounce it Sager, and very often I will say, you can call me Sager because I am a sager. I sage often. I even have gone into clients and friends' houses to intuitively design and cleanse. So I'll go in with some sage and a few other little tricks up my sleeve to help clear the space. So if you have moved into a house that is either brand new or you're renting and you're living in a place where someone else has lived, what happens is the energy from other people can get left and kind of stuck in the house. Now, energy is always in motion. It's always moving. So when I say stuck or I say stagnant, it doesn't mean that it's still, because nothing is really still. If you look at it from a microscopic level, it's always moving, which is how we base vibrations and frequency and all that kind of stuff. Now, going back to sage, why it's important to cleanse and clear a space is so that it becomes your space. Just like if you were to receive hand-me-downs, if someone were to, give you clothes or toys or kitchen appliances or whatever it is, someone gifting you that, it has their energy, their experiences, their past, their emotions, all of that kind of gets absorbed into our objects, our possessions. And so we want to clear and cleanse all of that. Even if it's somebody that you love so much and they are, spiritually aligned and all of these wonderful positive things, you still want it to be clear, a cleared space for you to do with it as you please. So with that being said, if you've never heard of sage, this is what it is. Sage is an herb, and this is a dried bundle of sage. So you can see, about this size, but they also have super long ones. If I were to take this apart, you could, and just break off a little piece, you could use that little piece. There's also, you may have heard of smudging, which is very similar to the act of saging, which is to cleanse and to clear. Burning incense, all of these kind of maybe hippie practices or naturalist type of things, or, it's funny, when I was growing up, for Halloween every year, I was one of two things consistently. I was either a witch or a cat. And I realize now as an adult that I was drawn to those two costumes to dress up as, is because I really love the spirituality and the good witch, trying to utilize witchcraft in a beautiful and harmonious and peaceful and cleansing, positive, uplifting way. Additionally, the cat, my astrological sign is a Leo, which is a lion. And cats, lions, you get the picture. Anywho, so saging, back to saging. What would be some of the benefits of saging? I'm glad that you asked. So it actually removes bacteria from the air. So if there's, if someone in a house is not feeling well, or if there's been, when you walk into a room and you feel in that room this awkward tension, as if you didn't know it, but you walked in and you're like, there was definitely something that happened here. Maybe someone got into an argument, or someone, was very sad, or whatever it is. You feel a strong sensation in that space that you've walked into. That's you feeling the energy of the room. And for some people, myself included, I would consider myself an empath. Very empathic, meaning that I feel other people's emotions. I'm very sensitive to other people's emotions and sensitive to the energy around me. So this is a part of intuition. This could be a part of, a gift, or just tapping into that third eye clarity. when we have those empathic behaviors, or we have those empathic experiences in our life, it's important that we learn how to create this shield of protection around us. And one way that we can do that is by saging. So that awkward tension, that space or place that you've walked into, I would probably walk in, I'd feel that, and then I would say, okay, I'm going to sage in here. Very often I've had clients come to my outdoor yoga studio, or I've gone into their home, and I feel something has just occurred, whether it was, maybe 5 minutes before I walked in, or maybe it was the day before. And I say, you know what, I'm just going to sage in here, just kind of clear and cleanse that space. So again, it removes bacteria from the air. It actually also helps to repel insects, which is very interesting. So if you practice yoga outside, and if you're in sunny Florida, sometimes in the summer it gets very humid and damp, and all of the insects are, that's where a breeding ground for the insects. So it's nice to burn the sage just to naturally repel the insects without harming them. Let's see, what else does sage do? It actually helps to improve your intuition. It helps to improve that clarity. So again, talking about the third eye, it improves your mood, which is also very interesting. Let's see, what else does our sage do? Reduces stress, it purifies, it cleanses, and it clears. So if there's impurities in the air, if there's impurities energetically, if there's anything going on that you just want to kind of like take it, throw it out, sage will be the answer for that. So how do you do it? You hold your little bundle, and I am going to say that an ashtray is very, very helpful. If you decide to sage your house, for instance, and you leave the sage burning, make sure that you keep an eye on it and that it is in some sort of dish or ashtray, because the sage, even if it were to say, let's say it was like this, as it's burning, it can fall in, which would be fine. But as I have experienced in my own life, it can fall out and then burn the area. So safety first. Want to make sure that we are preventing forest fires and fires in our home, and making sure that we are using the sage safely. So you light the bundle of sage, and you see like the end of the sticks, that's what I'm looking at to see which one has less, but it seems just about the same. So you light it. It can take some time. Now you can also use, which I love, it's called Palo Santo, and it's basically a piece of wood, but it is also one of those smudging incenses that you can use to cleanse and clear the space. And each incense, each smudge is going to have its own personality, has its own purpose. And quite frankly, if you are sensitive to smells like I am, synthetic smells do not work well for me. These more natural scents definitely are more aligned with me personally. So if there's a smell that you or a scent that you particularly are drawn to, go with it. So once the sage is burning, you can actually just watch where the smoke goes. And sometimes the smoke has a mind of its own and kind of knows where to go. So if you were going to take this sage and sage yourself, you would start at the crown of the head. I like to go around a few times, go down the shoulders, underneath the arms, all through the hips, the legs. The back is obviously a little tricky when you're doing it yourself. You can even do the bottoms of the feet, so we get into that root chakra area. And when you're saging your home, you make sure to pay special attention to the doors, the windows, all entrances of the home. And what I like to do is very often I will set an intention. I will say an intention for the home. So depending on if it's for my house or for a client or friend's house, depends on what they need or what they want. If something's going on and they're trying to clear that energy out of the space, or if it's, let's promote optimal health and wellness, or let's bless this home with vitality, with health, wealth, love, and happiness, with protection, with solid foundation, with stability. Again, the intentions are endless, and it is very personalized and individualized. But you would walk through the home with your sage, with the ashtray, and you can blow the smoke in certain areas. And if you feel called to kind of hang in one particular area, you don't know why, but suddenly you're like standing by the bathtub and it just feels like, you know what, I kind of feel like I need to stay here for a little bit. Stay there. You don't have to question it. You don't even have to know why. It really doesn't matter. Just stay and continue repeating your intention in that particular area. And you can do this all over your home. So I hope that was helpful. See why this ashtray is super important. And I hope that you found that useful and you can put it into practice. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If you are local to sunny Florida, South Florida, and you would like me to come and sage and intuitively design your house, we can certainly talk about that as well. But regardless, this information is for you. Do with it as you please. If you would like more information about me, the services that I offer, the programs, blibbity blah blah blah, you're going to head on over to my website, www.themodernhippiemama.com. That's me. And it's HIPPIEMAMA. You can also follow me on Instagram at The Modern Hippie Mama or at Peaceful Mamas, which is my co-author and my mutual Instagram account. You can check out my book, Peaceful Mama, The Mind, Body, and Baby Connection, which is a manifesto of conscious motherhood. Available on Amazon in paperback, in Kindle, and also in audio. And the audio is really special. We have frequency-infused music courtesy of our very good friends, Kathleen Hayden and John Anthony from Good Vibrations Music Co. So you can check them out. And yeah, that's what I have to share with you today. Let's take hands to heart center, elbows wide to the side. Go ahead and close the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling out of your mouth. Another breath in. Exhaling out. One last breath in. Exhaling out. Thank you for listening to my video on saging, cleansing, and clearing. I hope you found what you were looking for. Peace, love, and all that jazz. Namaste.